Right now, a warning from Vladimir Putin as the war in Ukraine drags on and a local man is preparing to head to Eastern Europe. Plus, a statement win for the Milwaukee Bucks at home, advancing to the second round of the Eastern Conference playoffs.
The court will order a $1 million cash bond.
And new details in the murder investigation of a 10-year-old girl in Chippewa Falls as a 14-year-old suspect makes a first court appearance. That's all coming up right now at 10.
Уважаемые коллеги, добрый день. Я приветствую всех на нашей
Russian President Vladimir Putin today vowing a lightning-fast response to any foreign interference in Ukraine. In a speech today, he says the Russian army is prepared to use strategic weapons if any countries were to get involved. And as Russian attacks continue in Ukraine, some monuments are coming down. Leaders in Kyiv say they plan to remove more than 60 statues, including this one titled The People's Friendship. It was a gift for Ukraine from the Soviet government back in 1982 as a symbol of the relationship between the two countries. Now, in the name of friendship, a local father of two will soon be heading to the Ukrainian border. Tahlil Mohadin joined the man as he prepared for his trip and has his story. Tahlil?
Boris Niden planned his trip to the border after learning there was a need for drivers to transport refugees across Poland and even greater Europe. And while that's what he'll be spending most of his time doing, it's a meaningful favor for a childhood friend he's making a priority.
It would stop a Magnum 44 bullet.
Back from a trip to a military surplus store in Milwaukee.
We're talking first aid kits, tactical equipment for the fighters, bulletproof vests.
Boris Ninaid is preparing for a much farther journey to the Polish-Ukrainian border.
I couldn't sit still while my people, my friends, neighbors, are being slaughtered.
Ninaid has been in the States for 30 years, but has always remained connected to his home country. And he made sure his two kids were, too.
In 2019, we actually went, and I got to visit where he was born.
His son Samuel initially surprised to learn of his father's plans, but offering his support.
I'm pretty proud, and I think it's like a brave thing that he's going out and helping others.
And for Ninaid, the trip is also about helping a lifelong friend.
He's an amazing person, the kindest I know.
After learning his friend Igor Kuriluk's youngest son no longer had access to the medicine he needed to manage his epileptic seizures.
He was bumping his head violently on the hard floor. And then when they came into the room, the parents, they were totally terrified to see their son in the pool of blood.
He set up a GoFundMe to help.
I promised that I would help in any way I can.
Able to get a year's supply of the medicine, he's taking it to the Ukrainian border, thankful for all those who contributed.
It's moments like this that help you restore your faith in humanity.
Ninaid will fly out from O'Hare Friday night. He plans to volunteer at the border for about 2 weeks.
A great story, Tahlil. Thank you. And since mid-March, the Department of Homeland Security says it has processed more than 20,000 Ukrainians at the U.S.-Mexico border. They were also granted humanitarian parole on a case-by-case basis. A top Homeland Security official outlined the Biden administration's plans for an influx of migrants by encouraging Ukrainians to start that application process in Europe. Well, and check this out. Anheuser-Busch now planning to bring Ukraine's most popular beer to the U.S. starting in May. Chernivtsi will be brewed in New Jersey and sold on tap in L.A., New York, Chicago, Houston, and Phoenix. The beer's sales will go to Ukrainian relief efforts, and the company will also donate at least $5 million to humanitarian aid organizations. A quick look at our certified most accurate forecast now. Here is Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti. Gary?
I think I felt about 2 drops of rain here in the last couple of minutes here, so it's possible that we could see some light rain and snow showers overnight. The sunshine that we had today was most prevalent in the morning and not very much of it. The time lapse from the WISC Skycam was mostly cloudy skies all day after that peak of sun right on the eastern horizon at sunrise. Now you're seeing some light rain and snow showers across southern Wisconsin, even some lightning out to the west and parts of Iowa. But high temperatures today only made it to the mid-40s in Madison, upper 40s in southwestern Wisconsin, but closer to Lake Michigan, temperatures stayed in the 30s all day. Milwaukee only hit 38, Waukesha 36. 47 degrees, and right now those temperatures continue to fall. In fact, we're down to the middle 30s here in Madison, 36 degrees, where it's about 40 farther out to the west, out toward Lone Rock, and 39 in Mineral Point. Look for some scattered showers, perhaps mix with a little snow overnight. Low temperature dropping to 32. Tomorrow we'll see some scattered rain showers. High temperature at a chilly 48 degrees. At least we'll be back in the 50s as we head toward the weekend, but we'll also see more chances for rain. I'll have more on that in the forecast in a few minutes.
Gary, thank you. The suspect in the Janesville workplace shooting yesterday says he was bullied, but police so far have not been able to corroborate that claim. 23-year-old Kevin Todd of Evansville, accused of fatally shooting a coworker inside precision-drawn metals. Todd had been an employee there for just a week before that shooting happened. During a press conference this morning, police say other employees were able to identify Todd as the suspect. He was later arrested after a short police chase. Officers found 6 guns, including the suspected weapon used in the shooting, along with ammo, marijuana, and over $2,000 in cash in that vehicle.
The way this one happened is very rare and unique, that, you know, the suspect flees the scene and within 45 minutes they're located and they comply and they're in custody. That's not generally how these go.
Todd allegedly fired 4 shots during the incident and was not a prohibited person, meaning he could legally possess guns. So far, the victim has not been identified. Todd faces potential charges of first-degree homicide and 3 counts of first-degree recklessly endangering safety. He has not yet been formally charged and is not expected to be in court until at least tomorrow. Todd is currently being held in the Rock County Jail. Continuing coverage from Chippewa Falls tonight, the juvenile suspect arrested yesterday for the death of 10-year-old Lily Peters facing a judge for the first time. The 14-year-old boy is not being identified, but as of now is being charged as an adult. Prosecutors asked for a $1 million bond, and the judge agreed. They say the suspect allegedly hit Peters with a stick and strangled her before sexually assaulting her. Police say the two did know each other. The Chippewa Falls community rallying around Lily and her family now. There's a campaign happening now at a local Ace Hardware giving out free purple light bulbs in her memory. The store's owner says anyone is welcome to stop by and pick up a bulb. He says they started out with 400 light bulbs. In the first few hours, the lights already needed to be restocked.
I've got granddaughters that, or one particular is right at that same age as Lily, and it kind of touches my heart. Lily deserves peace.
I will put it in my porch light to hopefully bring a little peace to her. It breaks my heart. I have a little boy too, so it's tough.
Lily's death has also prompted a campaign to create a Lily Alert. That would be for cases like hers that don't meet all of the criteria for an Amber Alert and can be sent out locally. Tens of thousands of people have already signed the petition. And in Madison tonight, a Take Back the Night march against sexual assault. The group started at Library Mall, made its way to Langdon Street, then gathered at the Capitol to hear from speakers. Organizers say these marches are happening all over the world during the month of April, which is Sexual Assault Awareness Month. A brief scare today in Milwaukee. The area surrounding the Molson Coors beer plant went into lockdown after a report of shots fired nearby. A spokesperson says the lockdown was out of an abundance of caution and was lifted a short while later. The facility may be especially sensitive to these situations after the mass shooting there in 2020 when a worker shot and killed 5 coworkers before committing suicide. An active investigation in Michigan tonight trying to determine what caused a home in the city of Niles to suddenly explode. That's just north of the Indiana state line, north of South Bend. A couple who had been staying upstairs in the 2-story home somehow managed to jump out a window. Firefighters say they got out just in time before that structure collapsed. New reporting tonight, the Department of Defense says an estimated $7 billion worth of military equipment was left behind in Afghanistan after the U.S. completed its withdrawal last summer. And this equipment now in a country that is controlled by the Taliban, the very enemy the U.S. was trying to drive out over the past 2 decades. The U.S. and Russia pulled off a dramatic prisoner swap, despite tensions between the two countries being at their worst point since the Cold War. Senior administration officials tell CBS News that negotiations leading to former Marine Trevor Reed's release today had been ongoing for months. Natalie Brand reports.
Trevor Reed's parents expressed relief just hours after their son was finally freed in an early morning prisoner exchange between Russia and the U.S.
We feared that that his body would give out before his mind would.
Reed, a Marine veteran and Texas native, spent nearly 1,000 days in Russian custody. He was convicted of assault charges while drunk, allegations he denies. In a statement, President Biden said the negotiations that allowed us to bring Trevor home required difficult decisions that I do not take lightly. In exchange for Reed, the U.S. released Russian pilot Konstantin Yaronchenko, serving a 20-year federal sentence for drug smuggling.
Senior administration officials also noted the president's decision was made out of concern for Reed's ailing health in detention. The White House also says negotiations started months ago before Russia's invasion of Ukraine.
The president met with Reed's parents last month after they demonstrated outside of the White House to raise awareness for the case.
We think President Biden saved our son's life today.
A perfect Mother's Day. Almost as good as the day he was born.
Meanwhile, families of other Americans wrongfully detained in Russia are still wondering about their loved ones. That includes WNBA star Brittany Griner and former Marine and corporate security executive Paul Whelan.
Disappointment. And perhaps more than disappointment, I would even say, verging towards anger.
President Biden, in his statement Wednesday, said we won't stop until Paul Whelan and others join Trevor in the loving arms of family and friends. Natalie Brandt, CBS News, the White House.
Russian authorities accuse Griner, a two-time Olympic gold medalist, of possessing a cannabis derivative that's legal in many parts of the world. A new Marquette Law School poll released today giving us an update on the top primary races this August. On the Democratic side, the race for U.S. Senate tightening. Lieutenant Governor Mandela Barnes still leading the pack here, but his lead has shrunk compared to numbers in February, with Alex Lasry closing the gap. The winner of the primary will face Senator Ron Johnson in the general election. And on the Republican side of things, in the primary race for governor, there's been very little change since the last poll in February. This one conducted before Tim Michels announced his campaign this week, so his name is not included. Right now, former Lieutenant Governor Rebecca Clayfish has a comfortable lead. And new tonight, Rudy Giuliani is expected to appear next month before the House Select Committee investigating the January 6th insurrection. The expected appearance comes after months of negotiations between lawmakers, the former president's personal attorney. The list of candidates to take over as UW-Madison chancellor now down to 5. These finalists named today, and interviews will happen next week. The finalists are Ann Cudd, Marie Lynn Miranda, Jennifer Mnuchin, Daniel Reed, and John Carl Scholes. Only Scholes is currently at the UW. For a look at all of their backgrounds, check out our in-depth story at channel3000.com. At Madison East High School, interim principal Mickey Smith is now losing the interim tag. The district announcing today she'll become the permanent principal at East. She's assumed the role since October after former principal Sean Levy was reassigned following numerous student protests over how the school had handled an alleged sexual assault. Smith does have a lot of experience in the district. She served as an assistant at East for 11 years. Before that, she was assistant principal at La Follette for 6 years and also assistant principal at Madison West High School for 3 years. Still to come tonight, a major World Bank warning of an upcoming recession. Plus, Gary Canalti will have his full forecast, including a chance for some rain and even snow flurries overnight. Stay with us.
Rocks in the treetop all day long, hopping and a bopping and a singing this song. All the little birds on Jaybird Street love to hear the robin going tweet, 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 rockin' robin.
When you drive a Honda, the adventures go on and on. Follow your adventures with the thrilling performance of Honda, the brand owners are calling the most fun to drive. Hurry into a local Honda dealer where new vehicles are arriving daily.
In late October of 2021, I got COVID, and I was pretty sure that I was at the end of my rope.
I knew we were in trouble when we decided to bring in our attorney to start having Joel sign end-of-life documents, business documents.
My last try was an experimental medication. She put me on the Aviptadil, and that next morning when I woke up, I was a new man.
Because of Ron Johnson's right to try bill, I have my husband today.
I'm Ron Johnson, and I approve this message.
What can Sono Bello do for you? How about a new shape?
Oh my gosh, I'm so happy. I just put this dress on that I haven't worn in over 10 years.
New confidence.
I can see a huge difference.
Look at this.
New you.
I can wear a little black dress. I feel sexy.
With Sono Bello, you can remove stubborn body fat permanently in just one visit. Don't wait a moment longer to reveal the new you.
Schedule your free, no-obligation consultation with Sono Bello, America's #1 cosmetic surgery specialist, and find out how you can get $250 off. Sono Bello uses Tri-Sculpt micro-laser liposuction to remove your diet-resistant fat cells permanently for incredible transformations in just one visit.
I have one big regret. I didn't go sooner.
Call 1-888-622-8360 or go to sonobello.com.
That was funny. Yeah. That's a sick bike.
Boys.
Miss Sanderson?
See you Monday.
No way.
Some special retirees are living a better life right here in the 608. Tomorrow, Josh Breider will share the story behind a nonprofit sanctuary for monkeys.
And here comes more rain on your Wednesday. We're timing out how that impacts you. Join us tomorrow morning from 4:30 to 7.
You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
Welcome back. Deutsche Bank says a major recession is on the way for the U.S. The bank is warning about a deep downturn, in part because of high inflation. While inflation may be at its peak, it'll take a long time to get back down to the Federal Reserve's goal of 2%. Deutsche Bank economists wrote in a report that the central bank will aggressively raise interest rates, in turn hurting the economy. You may want to check your freezers and fridges. We have a ground beef recall to tell you about tonight. More than 120,000 pounds of ground beef products are being recalled because there are concerns they could be contaminated with E. coli. That beef was carried by brands including Thomas Farms, Nature's Preserve, and Market Side Butcher, and manufactured between February 1st and April 8th. If you have any of that beef, it should be thrown out. Members of Walmart's discount program are getting a bit of a break at the gas pump. Starting today, Walmart Plus subscribers will get 10 cents off per gallon at participating fuel stations. Previously, Walmart offered a discount of 5 cents a gallon to those subscribers, but now the company is doubling the discount and adding 12,000 Exxon and Mobil stations across the U.S. More fallout from the climate change-driven drought in the West. Low water levels at Nevada's Lake Mead have dropped now to unprecedented levels. The Southern Nevada Water Authority's intake valves in service since 1971 are now above the water line and exposed for the very first time. As a result, those intake valves can no longer draw water, so a pump station has been shut down. The Water Authority has now begun operating its newly complete Low Lake pumping station for the very first time. Looking ahead, one of Olbrecht Botanical Gardens' corpse flowers is set to bloom again in the coming days. It hasn't done so in 12 years, last blooming in 2010. Corpse flowers, or the Titan arum, are unique. They only bloom 4 to 5 times on average during a 40-year lifespan, and each bloom typically only lasts between 24 and 48 hours. The name corpse is fitting as the bloom emits the smell of rotting flesh to attract natural pollinators. A reminder, voting for Best of Madison ends on Saturday the 30th. You'll only be able to vote once per category, so consider your pick and make your vote count. You can find a link where you can cast your last-minute votes at channel3000.com. And some snow possible. Here's Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti. Just what we want to hear, Gary, this time of the year.
Yeah, well, at least it's just a few flurries mixed in with the rain.
It shouldn't stick or anything.
No, not looking for anything to stick to the ground, but certainly a reminder that spring is not quite fully here yet. In fact, it really hasn't gotten here the way things have gone. You can see the light rain and snow showers showing up on high-resolution Doppler radar. Farther to the west, some showers, even a couple of flashes of lightning at times in parts of north-central Iowa. But right now, the precipitation will be light. It's cold enough now that we could see some flakes of snow mixing in with rain showers that fall. But 3 things you need to know in the forecast. We got those showers overnight with maybe a little bit of a mix. Cool weather, high temperatures in the 50s beginning on Friday and lasting through about Friday of next week. And then we could even see a couple of thunderstorms on Saturday, but we'll also see some off and on showers at times through much of next week, and temperatures remaining well below normal. Average high temperature 62 now, should be about 65, 66 as we head toward the end of next week, and look at where our temperatures will be. These are high temperature forecasts. Only 40s tomorrow, 50s most of the rest of the time, maybe low 60s by next weekend. 8 to 14-day temperature outlook from the Climate Prediction Center calling for below normal temperatures to continue across our part of the country with the highest probabilities from Madison into New England. Warmer than normal normal weather expected out west, and precipitation expected to be below normal. Once we get past next week, toward the end of the week, it'll dry out, and we may see several dry days that would linger into the start of the following week. As we look at high temperatures today, they weren't much of a bargain around here. 45 is the best we could do in Madison. It's actually a couple degrees warmer in the northern part of the state where there was some sunshine, but not far to our south and west. 76 Des Moines, 84 degrees in Omaha. There's a pretty strong front that divides the much cooler air across our part of the Midwest. The temperatures that are still in the 70s in Omaha and in the 50s in Des Moines. As we look at weather track, you can see the jet stream is kind of right in between, and this front sets up just to our south and just never gets the push to come northward because the jet stream winds are parallel to the front, so there's really nothing to push the front one way or the other, and we need to push northward to get some of the warmer air. And there's the front I'm talking about. Cold front out to the west, some thunderstorms developing over parts of Kansas tonight. Temperatures still 30s here, 50s in Des Moines, and 60s not far to the south and west of there. As we look at future track, these showers are along and just to the north of that front, just kind of moving along with perhaps a few light rain and snow showers early tomorrow morning, and then mainly rain showers during the day. Look for a high temperature tomorrow of 48 degrees. Again, a couple of scattered showers, maybe a few flakes of snow early in the day. Temperatures starting out in the lower 30s when we could see that mix of rain and snow early in the day, but mainly we'll see temperatures in the 40s during the day tomorrow with rain showers, and then you can see a couple more shower chances tomorrow night. And then as we get into Friday, much of the day will be dry. The next batch of showers arriving Friday night, and rainfall amounts generally a tenth to a quarter of an inch through early Friday morning, but then more showers and thunderstorms expected from Friday night into Saturday. Saturday's high in the mid-50s. Some shower chances early next week. Better chances for rain Wednesday and Thursday, and then maybe by the end of next week getting some sunshine and temperatures back to around 60.
Coming up in sports, the Bucks close out the playoff border battle with another dominant performance. We got more from the game and the team coming up next.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Meet Renee, bank manager and mom of the year. But when she gets on her bike, she becomes Rebel Renee. Rebel Renee is the most outspoken member of her book club. And she didn't even read the book. It's rumored she once used her phone at trivia night.
Cleveland!
And she isn't above greasing some palms to get things done. And Rebel Renee rides with Geico because savings and great service are two things she'd never rebel against. Geico, savings and service for both your sides.
Don't get stuck with internet and TV that costs more and does less. Set yourself free with Spectrum and get it all from one provider. Get Spectrum Internet with enough speed for all your devices all at once with speeds of 200 megabits.
Whoa, that's fast.
Plus, get a free modem and free desktop security to keep you safe online. Get Spectrum Internet for $49.99 a month. Call 833-605-4999. And don't get stuck with the same old TV. Multiply your screens. Spectrum TV with a free Spectrum TV app lets you watch here, there, and everywhere. Stream live TV, sports, news, and more on any device. Plus, access up to 85,000 on-demand titles. Get Spectrum TV from $49.99 a month. Call 833-605-4999. Don't get stuck paying more for less. Pick and choose the services you need. Spectrum Internet or TV, or get them both for $49.99 a month each. All with no contracts. Call 833-605-4999.
This is a town called Basic, where the townspeople are happy with a basic lifestyle. And that's a 2022 Nissan Altima, with more attitude, more style, and a powerful turbocharged engine to help put basic in your rear view forever. Looks like basic will never be the same. The 2022 Nissan Altima, anything but basic.
Now get 0.9% financing for up to 72 months on 14 models.
There are so many things we take for granted, and along with them, sometimes we take the people who depend on them for granted too. How can they survive with record increases in their basic cost of living? And through no fault of their own, they're being left behind. If you or someone you know needs a hand up, our energy, water, and emergency rental assistance providers are working together to keep you safely in your home. You may not ask for it, but we're here to help.
$1 million worth of the best hot tubs in Madison are at Leisure Concepts. And right now, get immediate free delivery, free ozone system, cover lift, matching entry steps, supplies, and training. Our showroom is packed with brand new hot tubs for immediate delivery. We're including everything you need and all at a great low spring price. Leisure Concepts is open 7 days a week. Stop into our packed showroom in Madison on the Beltline at the Park Street exit.
The Bucks have been all gas, no brakes since the last time they played at home. And with a 3-1 series lead over the Bulls, the only thing left to do is win one more game. So with that in mind, the Bucks set the tone right from the start. Giannis attacking the rim early on with some help from Jrue Holiday, and that double-digit lead, it comes fast. But the true momentum shift is in the second quarter when the Bucks hit a 15-0 run. And nothing seems to be slowing this team down, especially the Greek Freak. Giannis with 23 points in the first half alone. That's the most he's ever scored in a first half of a playoff game, and that dominance just continues into the second half. Bucks finish off this series winning 116-100.
We have to go out there and compete at a high level, pay attention to detail as much as possible, help one another defensively. We got to do it as a team. It's not the one-man show or two-man show, whatever the case might be. We got to do it as a team. I think we did it in Game 3, we did it in Game 4, we did it in Game 5. Now we're going to a different series, playing a different team, a very, very good team, and hopefully we can do it again.
Now the Bucks turn their focus to the second round of the playoffs, where they're going to face the Celtics. Game 1 is set for Sunday in Boston. Tip-off is at noon. A couple Brewers are having career games on this road trip to Pittsburgh. First, Willy Adames, then tonight it's Aaron Ashby. He goes 5 2/3, only allows 1 run on 1 hit with a career-high 6 strikeouts. Brew Crew's bats, though, they're laying low until the 7th. It's tied up at 1. Tyrone Taylor knows what to do with a pair of runners on. Singles through the left field side for the lead. The Brewers hold on, win 3-1. They're going to go for that series sweep tomorrow. Maddie Schwartz is just really good at softball. It's simple. The senior pitcher is in the midst of another record season, picking up her 19th and 20th wins over the weekend against Nebraska. And seeing how she levels up in this conference, she's ranked 8th overall with a 2.37 ERA and 2nd for wins. Now, speaking of wins, she's currently tied for the program's most Big Ten dubs in a single season with 10, but she's crediting that success to her squad.
It means a lot. I think I don't get those wins without our defense behind me and the hitters producing. So I think although it comes to the surface as, 10 wins in the Big Ten and 20 or whatever, I think it's just a testament to how much we work together and how hard my defense has worked behind me. So I think a lot of little things have to go right for things like that to happen.
And just one more day until the NFL draft kicks off in Las Vegas. Tomorrow night is round 1, and right now the Packers have 2 first-round picks at 22nd and 28th overall. In total, the Pack have 11 draft selections. Round 1 is set to begin at 7. We'll be right back.
Save big with Menards and get 11% off everything for your project. Spend less time maintaining your deck and more time relaxing with UltraDeck low-maintenance composite decking. We carry everything you'll need to complete your new deck project. It gives you the look of real wood without the upkeep and features a hidden fastening system for a clean, professional look. Get 11% off UltraDeck and everything in the store now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Did I do that? Every time.
You think she's still awake?
Don't worry.
Stealth mode?
Yeah.
Shh.
Don't PTA meetings end at 9?
Oh, got lost.
Wait, what'd you guys talk about?
The math.
Libraries. Fine. You can drive to practice this weekend. That was easy.
What?
I mean, I love you guys.
The Lexus RX, built for modern families.
It's time. Get back to your health and fitness goals by joining Anytime Fitness for just $1. Now through May 2nd. Get a coach, get going, get fit. Join Anytime Fitness for just $1. Now through May 2nd. Hurry in today.
When an inland hurricane called the Derecho cut a path through the Midwest, we learned some lessons. We learned that most buildings cannot withstand 140-mile-per-hour winds, not to mention most oak trees. We learned that when your roof is gone or there's a tree in your living room, even 8 hours is too long to wait. But most of all, We learned that in hardship, people take care of each other. And that has been our silver lining.
Announcing Madison Magazine's Best of Madison 2022. Vote for your favorites online, including Two Men in a Truck, Best Moving Company, Movers Who Care. Vote 2 Men in a Truck today at madisonmagazine.com.
With broken supply chains and lives disrupted, businesses like Amazon have invested to deliver on time for you and help hundreds of thousands of small businesses gain access to millions of online shoppers. But Washington politicians have a law that could break Prime's guaranteed 2-day free delivery and threaten our fragile economic recovery. Tell your senators, don't break our Prime. Oppose S 2992. Paid for by CCIA.
Hey everybody, who's coming to the big show? Meet me at Vet Aid, Saturday, June 11th at Oakshot Gaming and Casino in Wisconsin Dells for an all-day outdoor event. Come out for classic cars, trucks, and motorcycles during the day and stay for the concert at night. Featuring country superstar Trace Atkins, Runaway June, The Mascot Theory, and Beth Killyman. All benefiting Eat and Housing for Heroes. Visit vetaidwi.com for more details.
How climate change is affecting Wisconsin's landscape, Thursday at 6. You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
Finally tonight, in case Chipotle's giant burritos don't fill you up enough already, the company hoping to add desserts to its menu. Chipotle's CEO said during an analyst call today they'd like to come up with a dessert option or add-on other than queso or guacamole. The company's been trying to come up with a successful dessert for years, dating back to 2017. They have tried out buñuelos, I probably said that wrong, Mexican chocolate shakes and churros, but so far, nothing has stuck. Gotta have those desserts, Gary, as you and I well know, right?
Yeah, far too many of them, I'm sure. Well, tonight we've got some light rain showers in parts of southern Wisconsin. Doesn't look like we're seeing any on the Edgewater sky cam, but you can see rain and maybe some snow showers across parts of southern Wisconsin. That'll be the case overnight. Even a couple of thunderstorms out to the west in Iowa. Temperatures right now certainly cold enough for a mix of rain and snow. 36 in Madison, 32 in Waukesha to the west, still in the 40s over southwestern Wisconsin. Look for a low tonight of about 32 in Madison. Some showers through the day tomorrow, high 48. Then Friday mainly dry with a high 57. Showers Friday night, thunderstorms Saturday and windy with a high 56. Temperatures in the 50s for next week. Another pretty good shot of rain Wednesday and Thursday. Maybe by Saturday of next weekend, back into the 60s.
Yikes. All right, Gary, thank you. Thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at 10. We hope you have a great night.